Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and the Merciful. Now with today's main headlines. Imam Hussein Charity and Misbah al-Hussein Foundation launch relief efforts to assist Lebanese families. Santander to cut over 1,400 jobs in UK amid automation push. Russia, Vladimir Oblast bans hijab in some schools. Court rules against Muslim men in no-fly list case against FBI agents. Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, this is Hussein watching Shia Waves live from Imam Hussein TV 3 in London. In response to the humanitarian needs of displaced families in Lebanon due to ongoing conflict, the UK-based Imam Hussein Charity in collaboration with Misbah al-Hussein Foundation for Relief and Development have set up a mobile and stationary kitchens near various shelters. From the first day of displacement, the charity assembled a dedicated team of volunteers to provide essential food supplies and equipment, enabling the daily preparation of 3 meals for around 6,000 people. Guided by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi directives, the charity in partnership with Misbah al-Hussein Foundation and Imam Hussein Media Group continues to deliver meals, food baskets and other aid activities for displaced families, offering vital support amid the crisis in Lebanon. Santander is set to reduce its UK workforce by 1,425 jobs as part of a cost-cutting initiative driven by increased automation. CEO Hector Greasy confirmed the layoffs during a press conference on October 29th, noting that the redundancies are expected to be completed by year's end. As of September, Santander employed 21,812 staff in the UK. The announcement comes as the bank's UK division delays its financial results following a court ruling concerning commission practices in car finance. The court sided with consumers, establishing that dealers must fully inform customers about commission arrangements, potentially impacting the broader motor finance industry. Despite these challenges, Santander's overall profit rose 11% in the third quarter, reaching €4.9 billion. Executive Chair Anna Botin expressed confidence in maintaining the bank's momentum amid a volatile geopolitical landscape. The UK division has not specified when it will release its delayed financial results. The regional education authorities of Vladimir Oblast in Russia have implemented new dress code rules prohibiting students from wearing clothing that display religious affiliation, including the hijab. According to the new policy, schoolgirls are barred from covering their head or faces in educational institutions. The local Ministry of Education and Youth Policy stated that the change aims to uphold religious neutrality and the secular nature of schools, which will take effect within a week. Officials clarified that the ban aligns with the Russian constitution and applies to all religious symbols, not targeting Muslims specifically. Vladimir Oblast, located about 200 kilometers east of Moscow, has a predominantly Russian population with less than 1% identifying as Muslim. Reports suggest other regions in Russia have adopted similar policies, citing security reasons. Now let's take a look back at today's main headlines. Imam Hussein Charity and Misbah al-Hussein Foundation launch relief efforts to assist Lebanese families. Santander to cut over 1,400 jobs in UK amid automation push. In Russia, Vladimir Oblast bans hijab in some schools. Also, tonight, 3,000-year-old Babylonian tablets may reveal location of Noah's Ark, researchers say. A US appeals court ruled that 3 Muslim men cannot sue FBI agents for being placed on the no-fly list after they refused to act as informants. The Second US Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan stated that the agents were protected by qualified immunity, despite acknowledging their improper behavior. Circuit Judge Gerard Lynch noted that the agents had no reason to believe they were violating the men's religious beliefs, as none communicated this during interactions. The plaintiffs Mohammed Tanvir, Jamil El-Gibar and Naveed Shinwari sued in 2013, claiming their inclusion on the list violated their religious beliefs and caused job loss and reputational harm. The no-fly list was established after the 2001 September 11th attacks to prevent suspected terrorists from boarding flights. And now we continue with some short news. Ayatollah Sayyid Ahmed al-Shirazi, son of Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein Shirazi, has urged believers worldwide to support Lebanon, describing the humanitarian crisis as a great tragedy that has deeply impacted the hearts of the faithful. Expressing sorrow for those affected by the ongoing war, Ayatollah Ahmed al-Shirazi emphasized the importance of collective support to alleviate the suffering of those in need of humanitarian assistance. His Eminence urged active participation in relief campaigns, highlighting the moral and religious duty to provide assistance. No contribution is too small, he stated, encouraging donations according to individual capacities. Praising ongoing relief efforts, al-Shirazi noted that despite their significance, they are only a fraction of what is required, and called for continued solidarity with Lebanon in these challenging times. Iraq's Joint Operation Command announced today that a targeted military operation in the Hamreen Mountains resulted in the death of 8 ISIS militants, including key leaders. The strike, based on precise intelligence, involved 4 F-16 airstrikes on a fortified ISIS site. Following the strike, Iraqi Special Forces and Kirkuk intelligence units secured the area, locating the bodies of the terrorists along with weapon caches, explosives and communication devices. The operation underscores Iraq's ongoing counter-terrorism success, with authorities affirming their commitment to eradicating ISIS threats. At UNESCO's 4th Policy Forum on Documentary Heritage in Paris, Iraq proposed including the crimes committed by ISIS in Iraq in the Global Memory of the World program. Leading the Iraqi delegation, Ali Razouqi Al-Lami, Deputy Director of the Prime Minister's Office, emphasized Iraq's dedication to preserving its documentary heritage as a means of fostering international understanding. Iraq's proposals, welcomed by UNESCO, also included developing national archives, safeguarding digital heritage, and establishing digital platforms for global memory access. Iraq further urged for policies to protect documentary heritage in conflict zones, advocating for balanced digital representation to counter discrimination against Arab and Islamic cultures. In Balochistan province, Pakistan, gunmen attacked workers at a dam site on Tuesday, resulting in 5 deaths and 2 injuries. The incident occurred in the Panjshir district, known for its natural resources. Eyewitnesses reported that the assailants escaped on motorcycles immediately after the shooting. Provincial spokesperson Shahid Rind confirmed the casualties and stated that an investigation is underway. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack, but the Baloch Liberation Army (BLA) later asserted that the victims were pro-government militia members. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif condemned the violence, labelling the attackers as enemies of development. A recent report by the International Union for Conservation of Nature reveals that over 1 in 3 tree species worldwide is at risk of extinction, with more than 16,000 species identified as threatened. Out of approximately 58,000 tree species estimated globally, over 47,000 were assessed for the study. The primary threats include logging, land clearing for agriculture, and climate change, which exacerbates droughts and wildfires. Notably, over 5,000 of the threatened species are used for construction timber, while more than 2,000 serve medicinal, food and fuel purposes. Species like the horse chestnut and ginkgo are among those at risk. The report highlights that the number of at-risk tree species exceeds the total of threatened birds, mammals, reptiles, and amphibians combined. Archaeologists have deciphered symbols on the world's oldest map, carved on a 3,000-year-old Babylonian clay tablet displayed at the British Museum. Known as the Imago Mundi, the tablet depicts a circular map of the world, including symbols that may mark the supposed resting place of Noah's Ark. Researchers believe this location lies along a route extending 7 stages through the mountains to the ancient land of Urartu, which is associated with Mount Ararat, traditionally mentioned as the Ark's resting place. However, Islamic historical studies, especially those from Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, identify Holy Najaf, specifically near Kufa, as the Ark's resting site. This location is depicted as bounded by the Euphrates to the east and an expansive sea to the west, while the Babylonian tablet suggests Mount Ararat. Holy Najaf holds a significant place in Islamic tradition as the confirmed location. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves news. Let's remind our dear viewers of today's main headlines. Imam Hussein Charity and Misbah al-Hussein Foundation launch relief efforts to assist Lebanese families. Santander to cut over 1,400 jobs in the UK amid automation push. In Russia, Vladimir Oblast bans hijab in some schools. Court rules against Muslim men in no-fly list case against FBI agents. 3,000-year-old Babylonian tablets may reveal location of Noah's Ark, researchers say. You can view the latest news on our Shia Waves website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact the numbers at the bottom of the screen. Thank you all for watching. We pray to Allah Almighty to hasten the appearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
نه قوت در کمر دارم ابوالفضل علم دارم.
حديث الشريف